Welcome everyone to week 4 of our class, and this week there's a lot of information and work involved with the readings, the looking at the resources, aligning the standards, which by the way should have been approved before moving on, also developing the objectives and using all of that information towards creating your lesson plan. The topics we're going to look at in this module will focus on chapters 10, alcohol, tobacco, and drugs, and chapter 11, communicable and chronic diseases, which will also be writing the first draft of your signature assignment, which is the integrated lesson plan. And we're going to follow the same format of completing the assignments with the discussion forums and the wikis. But what I want to point out first is the integrated health lesson plan video review. Now, this video was created a couple of semesters ago by Angel Krause, but I still think it's relevant and accurate. If there's some dates mentioned, just ignore those because the content is still accurate. So take a look at the video because it does help guide you through developing the lesson plan and completing the lesson plan template. So when you access assignment 4.1, which is the integrated health lesson plan initial draft, you're going to see some information and a list of expectations to follow. You'll want to be sure that you review and watch the video in its entirety because that will be helpful. You want to take some time and look at the samples provided to give you a better idea on how to develop that lesson plan. You want to review the information developed in Module 2 of the course, take another look at the natural alignments of the standards that you created, and review your learning objectives for the integrated lessons as well. Also, use the template provided to develop your lesson plan. Don't just do it on your own. It's been provided there for you for a reason, and you can access this template in a couple of different places. It's included in the syllabus as well as at the top of the introductory module under the course documents heading. It's important to note that in parts 3 and 4 of assignment 4.1, to understand that you're going to submit your lesson plan draft in 2 different locations. It's going to be submitted in the 4.1 assignment form for me. I'm going to assess it there and provide any feedback necessary. And it must be provided in the 4.2 discussion form to allow your classmates to review it and give you a feedback as well. In 4.1, I'm the only one that's going to see the lesson plan, but in 4.2, the entire class can view it. And in 4.2 also, I want you to recognize that you're going to review at least 2 different lesson plans from your classmates. I know in some of the previous forms, it was only required to discuss 1 post, but here you're going to review and discuss 2 of your classmates' lesson plans and provide some feedback, some thoughts or suggestions. Make sure you're focusing on the strengths and any areas in need for improvement. Don't include vague or general thoughts, but give each lesson plan an in-depth evaluation because you want to be helpful to your classmates and you want everyone to develop a strong lesson plan. Also remember that this is the first draft. There will be strengths and there will be areas that are in need of improvement. I've also included some helpful resources for you in that introductory module section inside the folder titled Resources for Lesson Plans, the student samples, learning objectives, rationale support, etc. Take a look at this because they will be helpful in gaining a better understanding of developing your lesson plan also. And just a quick note on your lesson plan, because this is only a 1-unit class, you're not actually going to be integrating or implementing or teaching your lesson plan. So your lesson plan can be situated in any unit, in any place, at any time in a curriculum because you're not actually going to be implementing it within this course. So once you've submitted your lesson plan in 4.1 and 4.2, you're going to complete the chapter 10 wiki on alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. Go ahead and read through chapter 10 and select the health goal followed by your reflection, and remember to include your name after your post. Then you move on to 4.3, the glossary assignment there. Now within this glossary, I want you to focus on how alcohol, narcotics, or drugs or tobacco actually affect learning. Don't address this from a general point of view, but explain what are the impacts or how does it impact a student's ability to actually learn in the classroom. So avoid kind of saying things in a general way on how it impacts students' life, but focus your reflection on the classroom. Chapter 11 deals with chronic and communicable diseases, and I want you to understand the difference between these 2 and also understand how you can identify these diseases that are normally related to adolescence. Now, after reading through chapter 11 and taking a look at Appendix B in the book, move on to chapter or assignment 4.4, the glossary assignment, where you're going to add 2 separate posts. One is on chronic health and conditions, and the second is on communicable diseases. There's some information included there to help you understand what these are if you're still a bit unsure, so feel free to take a look at those. For the communicable diseases, you may want to add an appropriate picture or image Keep in mind sometimes that images can be a little too much, so use discretion if you decide to include an image with your post. Try to stay away from that shock factor or some of those images that are typically used in the medical profession. And at the end of the module, you can go ahead and complete the feedback and wrap up information. And that should do it for this week. Fairly quick and simple introductory module review. If you have any questions, please, once again, don't hesitate to reach out to me, contact me, send me a message, let me know how things are going. Let me know if you have any problems or any struggles. I am here to help you. And that will do it for now. Take care, and we will see you online.